Hi guys, this is episode 2 of Gotham Review. I made actually a list of stuff to talk about because I tried this before and it pretty much overran and I went on with nonsense. So in this episode, we start out with the scene in an alleyway. You see Selena, Catwoman in the future, sitting with her, I should say friends, because she's just sitting there, she's quiet. You don't hear her talk for the longest time. And she's sitting there playing with this little heart-shaped locket, and she's just not even worrying about it. Then you see this really creepy truck pull up, and these church-looking people come out, and they offer these kids some food, and saying, like, we're with the mayor's program, here you go. And the kids are like, oh, this is really nice, let's go get some meat. They go up, and the woman that watches them eat then takes this pin and stabs them in the neck with it, making them pass out and just become nothing. One kid gets away, but only after she's being thrown through a restaurant window. The woman in the meantime shoots another homeless man who we find out is a veteran, and just because he tried to save the kids. Selena gets away because she scurries through and just avoids them completely, luckily. And like, that's all you know, and that's all you see first. And then it cuts to the next day. You see Gordon and Bullock there, and they're investigating the murder, and he sees the bed and he feels bad and whatnot. Then they hear about this kid that said this lady came from where he was in that alleyway, and he took his friends and drugged them, but everyone thinks he's high because he's a homeless kid. And Gordon gets right into the investigation right away, saying, what's happening? Bullock, on the other hand, is almost ready to beat the kid up and say, no, you're lying, no one gives a shit about you guys, rah rah rah, you're the murderer, blah 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 blah. But Gordon trusts his instincts, and they eventually pay off. In the meantime as well, back at the Wayne Manor, Bruce is testing himself. He's harming himself in Alfred's eyes. But you see him holding his hand over a candle, and he burns himself to a pretty good degree. And Alfred at first is angry about it. Like, you think he's going to hit Bruce and hurt him. But no, he's pretty good. He is angry, then he feels bad, hugs him, and almost wants to cry himself because he knows Bruce is in a lot of pain. Then, in the meantime, Gordon's back at the station dealing with the murder investigation and trying to find out who did it. But the station's not too keen on it because it's a homeless bum. That is the attitude on it. It's a homeless bum. Who cares anyways? Then you see Penguin Cobblepot being picked up on the side of the road, and he's been trying to hitchhike. People are just passing him. Then these really preppy jerks pick him up, and they start to tease him and make fun of him, and he just plays along all pleasantly. And you're like, oh, well, he didn't change too much. He had one murder, okay. And then one guy makes a reference to him looking and acting like a penguin, which sets him off, and he murders this passenger, and the guy who's driving is freaking out. So I guess that's where that scene ends, so you don't know what happens there. Back at the station, Enigma comes, and he tells them the kid that is telling you he was almost drugged along with his friends is telling the truth. I found a certain drug in him that is only found at Arkham, and at this point Arkham is closed. So why is the drug still around? Who knows? And when they try to figure out what's going on, and he's like, well, let's let the police know that this is actually happening, or the public know, and the police chief and Bullock say no. But you don't tell anybody about what's going on here, just let it go, and we'll deal with it quietly. He goes home, tells Barbara what's going on to an extent, and she makes this comment, wow, how corrupt is that, kind of thing, and he's like, you have no idea, which ticks her off, and she's like, what do you mean? And it's like, oh, figure of speech, right? Like, he didn't know. He's like, oh crap, I almost let myself go. because as we know, he has to play along with the police department, saying, "Look, I'm corrupt as you are. I'll play the game," even though we know that he's actually trying to fix things and find Bruce's parents' real killer at the same time. So the next day, the headline reads about the mayor's office and police station knowing about all this, not doing anything, and it's a huge blow-up thing, and they have to deal with it because, again, you go to the media, stuff gets done. Then later on in the episode, you see this man, and he is actually in working with the man and the woman and someone named the doll maker, and they're keeping the kids and sending them somewhere overseas. We don't know where, we just know they're being shipped. And he has a bit of human dignity when he goes, well, they're human beings, they're kids crying out loud, and the man and woman are so corrupted and messed up themselves, they just say, well, no, they're shipment, that's not what the doll maker wants them for. So as that's going on, by this time Harvey and Bullock have found out where to go, a list of 3 places that have this drug. So right off they go to, of course, where the man, the woman, and this other guy are keeping the kids. And they get in there, and there's a shootout. Almost like straight away, like there's this little thing they talk about, and they're acting all nice and normal, and then there's a big shootout. And it's just crazy. And then the man and the woman who took the kids escape in their van that they took them with. Took them and escaped. Gone, done, no more. So you think. And meanwhile, Bullock and Gordon arrest the guy who is in charge of dealing with the drugs and keeping the kids. Gordon goes down to the basement where these kids are being kept. And he shoots this janitor, creepy looking guy, because he was about to kill all the kids. Get rid of the evidence. He kills them, and the kids are saved, but due to all this commotion, the mayor says, oh yes, we're going to help. We have a certain program for these kids that are going to help them, get them off the street. So as he's giving this speech and thanking Gordon and Bullock for saving these kids and finding out what's going on, kids are being picked up by the police off the street in handcuffs and led out to these trucks. Or not trucks, to these big school buses. And during this time, is this happening coincide with the speech? And you hear him just going on about it and saying how wonderful the guys are, and you can tell Gordon isn't all good with Mayor, but that's another thing. Selena is on the bus that gets kidnapped, but gets hijacked by these 2 creepy people, the man and the woman, and they come to this warehouse downtown by the docks, and the kids start being taken off and being put into a giant crate. The word gets to the police station that, look, this bus went missing. Mayor hears about it, he freaks out, comes down on the chief. Bullock and Gordon do some research to find out where they're going due to the logo on the van. Get there. And this time Selena has gotten off the bus, and she's hiding from the psycho lady with the gun, who already killed someone twice now. She's killed 2 people so far that we know of. And just you see Selena on top of these crates, just as she's about to kill her, bam, here comes Gordon, takes her down. No, they don't kill him. They don't kill the man and the woman. Bullock takes the man down, and they find out what the kids are and let them go. But the kids are still ending up going to juvie. As they're wrapping up the investigation inside the station, Gordon gets word to come up and see he has a visitor. And it's Alfred. Alfred comes and says, look, you need to come talk to Bruce, and some stuff has been going on. He's hurting himself. And Bruce sneaks up on them, and which we laugh because we know that's a Batman trait coming in the future. And he just Gordon pretty much just tries to get through to Bruce. You don't have to do this. You have to talk to people. It's easier this way. And he says, I'm not hurting myself. I'm testing myself. And we know from the Dark Knight series that he does indeed try to test himself for pain and fear. So that's a little bit of a future glimpse, I guess. Now that to finish it all off, this is horrible. Kat is being shipped up to juvie, and we all know that. And she's freaking out, and she finally says, "I want to talk to James Gordon. Trust me, I need to talk to him." And the guy with her says, "Look, Kat, I can't do this. They're busy, blah, blah, blah." Anyways, through some of her awesome tactics, she gets what she wants and talks to Gordon near the end of the episode. And she says, "If I have information to tell you, can you get me out of here?" And he's like, "Well, what kind of information? Like, it's like, what would this kid know?" And she reveals that she can help find Bruce's killers because she's been watching Harvey and not Harvey. Oh my God, I'm watching Harvey and Gordon, and she knows that he isn't corrupted like them. That he does want to do the right thing. And he finally asked, "Well, what did you see?" And she's like, "Can you get me out of here?" "Yeah, it's possible." "Fine. I saw everything. I know who killed Bruce, the boy's parents." And it leaves off there, and that's what we're gonna do next episode, I hope. Not where we see who killed them, but, you know, just something in general where it's it was an interesting episode. Like, I tried to cut it down to like 5 to 10 minutes, and it's already at like 12. So, hopefully all I can do, I'm getting better at them, hopefully. Next review should be better than this. Anyways, that is until next episode. Have a great one, and I will talk to you all later.